You don't have to have a supernatural sense of God somewhere to have a sense of morality. There is a moral crisis because there was a lack of people understanding what this moral crisis means and how to resolve it. Because it's one thing to say, oh, these solutions, these old ways of thinking, these old religions are inadequate, they're no longer sufficient to guide humanity. It's one thing to say that. It is more difficult to say, well, here's a better answer. And that's where I come in. Like I said, I haven't been spending this 30 years just like, no, I've got a solution. And it's pretty straightforward. And I can tell you right here, you don't have to have a supernatural sense of God somewhere to have a sense of morality. We can determine what is right and wrong based on another model other than the supernatural model. The model that I use and call and have lived my life by and wrote about the book is called, now that I've given it a label, Spaceship Earth. Conceive of yourself and our species as if we are on a spaceship. It is called Earth, and we are flying through the universe. What is good and bad? Based on that fundamental truth about our existence. And you start to see that when you take out supernatural explanations for understanding good and bad, they become more distinct questions that you can actually answer. During this last election, the Republican Party, and I went down to visit my extended family who lived down in the fascist state of Texas, and the Texas Republican Party was running constant, endless commercials about transgender children playing sports, which is one of the dumbest things to ever make a big issue about. Absolutely is essential, but who gives a fuck about other people's children's genitals other than really weirdos? No one was ever, why the hell are you people doing this? Because there was this assumption that there was a moral wrong somewhere in the entire concept of our existence of transgender children. Like somehow they were so far in the wrong that nothing that could happen after that was worthwhile discussing. And that is the problem when you have a broken morality. You can't get to the actual question of why is the United States Congress talking about an issue that affects less people than are in the literal United States Congress, with issues that can, as with many cases like this, be resolved by individuals and communities in the way that everybody there feels comfortable. Because we're trying to generalize some of these universal supernatural moralities that don't make sense in these very specific individual human lives and circumstances. The model for morality from religion is broken. The Spaceship Earth one is so much better for dealing with this crap, so much easier.